Good evening. You are tuned in to the Weekend News Watch. In our bulletin today, I'll update you on the ongoing top stories such as ODM's request to oust its members that have voted in favor of the financial bill. And later, we'll take a look at the vitiligo feature as the world marks today as World Vitiligo Day. These stories and more coming up with me, Joy Mochache. President William Ruto has asked the opposition Azimio to stop its planned public meetings set for Tuesday next week. Ruto attended prayers at Ildamat Stadium in Kajiado Central for an interdenominational service accompanied by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, where he said his government was doing everything to better the lives of Kenyans. The event was attended by 3 Azimio MPs, including Kajiado Central MP Eliaja Kanchori Memusi, Kajiado East MP Kakuta Hamisi, and Kajiado South MP Parishna Samuel Sakimba.
Kwa sababu ya ibada hii
hatutaki Wakenya wakuwe watumwa ya wale wametukopesha pesa. Na ndio mnaona nang'ang'ana tutafute pesa yetu ya Kenya. Na hata ile deni tuko naye, mlinisikia huko Paris nikiwaambia wale wametupatia pesa wasitudai sana, kwa sababu wanatulipiza mara 8 ya watu wengine. Sasa nimeenda kuwauliza, hii mara 8 mnafikiri tutatoa hii pesa wapi? Kwa sababu hatutaki, na mimi sitaki tuwe watumwa ya watu. Tuko na viongozi wa vyama zote, and that is how it should be. Tunataka sasa tuungane, tushirikiane, tufanye kazi ya wananchi. Na kazi hiyo hata saa zingine mkitukosoa hapa na pale hakuna matatizo. Bora iwe ni lengo ya kusaidia mambo yawe mazuri zaidi, sio kuharibu taifa letu la Kenya. We must work together, even as we work from different sides of the political divide. Even as you correct the wrongs that are there, even as you point out what you think should be done better, we must always have in our mind not to sabotage our country, to be able to work in such a manner that we take the country forward.
Nataka tuseme asanti, mlitusaidia kwa uongozi. Wale walishindwa na wamesema watarudi kwa barabara siku ya Jumanne, tumewakaribisha. Hakuna shida. Si barabara ziko tu, kuna bahali zimeenda. Kuna bahali zimeenda. Bora tu wasiharibu mali ya Mkenya. Hiyo tu. Hiyo no go zone. Weka sufuria kwa kichwa, piga kelele, muende nyumbani jioni. Lakini mali ya Mkenya, hapana, hiyo haiwezekani. Si lazima tuambiane ukweli. Lazima tuambiane ukweli. Hii mali watu wanatafuta na shida mingi. Kwa hivyo nyinyi mkuja mpige kelele, kifika jioni muende pumzike, mjiangalie kwa TV jioni, kwa sababu hiyo watu ya TV hiyo wataonesha. Hiyo wataweka mpaka live, your excellency. Ile ya kuharibu mali ya watu, hiyo wanaweka, wanafuatilia, wametoka hapa, wamefika hapo, sasa imeharibu tia gas, ndio hiyo wanaweka. Lakini mambo ya maendeleo wanasema.
The Orange Democratic Movement Party has challenged its renegade members of parliament who went against the party position and voted in favor for the Finance Bill 2023 to resign and seek fresh mandates from the voters. Party National Chairman John Badi says failure to heed the call will force the party to institute disciplinary measures that will see ODM withdraw its sponsorship and kick them out of the party.
if you are tired, if you feel that you cannot follow ODM policies, the best and honorable thing to do, and especially policy which dictates cost of living. ODM was formed for the downtrodden. We formed it for social democracy. We formed it to make life better to the people of Kenya. When ODM says that you should vote against a bill that is oppressive and is offensive and is going to make people suffer, and you refuse to do so, the the most honorable thing you would do is to resign your seat, go back to the people and seek for fresh mandates.
Nimekuja hapa kuuliza watu wa ODM, watu wa game. Nyinyi watu wa Siaya, shida iko wapi jameni? Shida iko wapi? Shida iko wapi? Nyinyi mmefundisha sisi Wakamba ujasiri. Na bila tunashika ujasiri tu hivi na nyinyi mnaanza kukua kigeugeu.
Therefore the priority we have as we speak is to ensure that this government that came to power using unorthodox means is sent home the soonest possible. As parliamentarians, as members of the National Assembly, we did our part. We listened to you, and those of us who chose to stand with the people, we voted against that punitive finance bill.
Somebody who is a hypocrite, is a liar, is a crook. And even in the Bible, you remember when the Lord Jesus went into a church and found people selling wares in the church. But he had also a great word to say about teachers and lawyers like me, and the Pharisees and the scribes who are talking about the Lord, but they did not believe in them.
The Azimio la Umoja will next week move to court in a bid to stop the implementation of the 2023 finance bill. 6 legislators, led by Rarienda Member of Parliament, Otiende Amolo, and Siaya Governor James Orengo, said they will demand the court to declare the legality of the bill that has seen Kenyans express divergent views over the tax proposals contained therein. The legislators, among them John Mbadi, Babu Owino, Samuel Atandi, Senator Oburu Oginga, and Enoch Wambua, said it was too early for the United Democratic Alliance leaders to celebrate the passing of the bill, adding that there were 2 options that Kenyans and the opposition have in their quest to stop its implementation.
You all know that the finance bill passed, and any time now it will become law. We in Azimio, we in ODM fought it as much as we could at every stage. At the first reading, we fought it. At the second reading, we spoke against it. At the third reading, we voted 6 times against it. But they used their numbers to pass it. They used their numbers against the interest of the ordinary Kenyan, because they are using what they believe is a tyranny of numbers in the National Assembly. I told them then, and I'm reminding them now, that Parliament exercises delegated authority under Article 1 of the Constitution.
Na serikali ya Kenya kwisha. Walisema ni Kenya kwisha kwa sababu wameshamaliza Kenya. Si mmeona? Walisema mama mboga ata graduate kutoka kwa kuuza mboga na kukuwa na supermarket. Walisema wakusema. Walisema mwana boda boda, kwanza mtu mwenye ako na baiskeli ataendesha baiskeli, atanunua boda boda. Walisema wakusema. Motorbike. Walisema watu wa boda boda wa motorbike watawacha kuendesha boda boda, watanunua gari. Walisema wakusema. Na walisema wenye wako na magari ya Nissan watanunua mabasi. Walisema wakusema. Na pia mmoja wao akasema mwenye ako na basi hata ataenda aendeshe ndege. Walisema wakusema. Kumbe chenye walikuwa na maanisha ni ya kwamba wale ambao wako chini watazidi kukua chini. Walisema ya kwamba wana support hustlers, that to support the bottom up economy. Nilikuwa naambia watu bottom up inamaanisha iba pesa kutoka kwa mtu ambaye aliye chini, peleka juu, na hiyo pesa idisappear. Mnaona muoni?
That is when you are showing your true faith and belief in your party. And you're a party member of ODM. And we are talking about ODM because our friends from Kambani have done very well. Even our friends from Luhyaland have done very well. Our friends from the coast have done very well. Our friends from Kisii have done very well. But here in Nyanza, the greatest number of political hypocrites are now found in Nyanza. The greatest number of political hypocrites, I want to repeat, come from Nyanza. It is a big shame.
Victims share their experiences in Nairobi as they mark World Vitiligo Day, a global awareness campaign observed annually on the 25th of June. This being a global awareness campaign that aims to raise awareness on vitiligo, which affects 1 to 2% of the population worldwide. In Kenya, the celebrations were organized at the YMCA in Nairobi, where Kenyans living with a condition which affects the skin urged the community to not discriminate against them. Dickens Lavanda reports.
Every June of 25th, the world unites to celebrate Vitiligo Awareness Day, a disease that seems to be widely discriminated. Vitiligo is a skin disease that causes the skin to have white patches due to loss of melanin. It affects people of any skin color, although in some people it is more visible due to their color, especially amongst people with dark skin. Vitiligo also occurs at any age, often under the age of 14.
Vitiligo, it is an autoimmune condition whereby the patient presents with patches because of destroyed melanocytes. So melanocytes are those, they are the cells that give the skin its color. So there is some form of destruction on the melanocytes. That's why they present with the pigment or even the white patches.
I got the opportunity to be a model through vitiligo, so it's been great for me. The negative side of it is the sun. The sun affects us a lot. Like you get sunburns and it may cause skin cancer.
The YMCA in Nairobi on Sunday, June 25th, played host to the celebration of Vitiligo Awareness Day, an event that was organized by the Royal Patches Foundation. People living with the condition attended celebrations to interact with their peers with the intention of creating awareness of vitiligo, as well as calling for every form of non-discrimination.
Our theme for this year is looking into the future. We're expecting to reach out to many people, like to reach out to, as into like reach out all over the world and like interact with the people about vitiligo, because many people don't know about this condition. Yeah, so we'd like people to like know us, appreciate people with vitiligo, show them love and such.
Cindy Omaitha lives with vitiligo, a disease that she discovered as an adult. Cindy, who is an actress, a job she has been doing before she was diagnosed with the disease, didn't know she would be in a current condition.
Ilianzia kwa hii mkono. Mimi nika assume ni allergy, kwa zenyewe mimi naendaga counties mingi, natembeaga places mingi. I'm a motivational speaker, so natembeaga places mingi nini na nini. Na unaona ukienda counties za wenyewe kuna culture za huko, kuna chakula za huko. So nikajiambia maybe ni chakula nimekula mbaya. Cause hiyo time niko nimetoka Samburu. I was in Samburu for 1 week na huko ni manyama, nilikula nyama proper. So with time nika notice pia kwa macho something tiny tena ikaanza. Macho hii ingine pia kadogo tu kwa kona, both kwa kona zote za macho. Mambo ikakuwa mbaya. By the time nakimbia hospitali, hakuna mtu aliniambia ndio hospitali Clara. Nika notice paka kwa shingo huku nini nyuma ya masikio. I was like, "Weh."
This mother, who is also a wife, says the journey to accept her current situation has not been easy, as she leaves a clarion call to the society to accept that such a situation can happen to anyone.
People living with vitiligo, this is just a condition. Haiumi na hauwezi ukaambukiza mwingine. Just accept yourself.
Daisy Rono arrived at the Vitiligo Awareness Day celebration to enable her daughter meet other persons with vitiligo. She discovered her daughter Amelia Tichi had the disease after noticing a patch on her skin.
I remember when she was first diagnosed, we didn't have the information first of all, so I was just devastated. I didn't know when I was told it doesn't have a cure. The first thing that came to my mind as a mother is like, how will my child cope? But with time, having gotten information, having gotten a support group like the Vitiligo Society of Kenya in the Royal Patches, we've been able to get information and meet other people with vitiligo, and definitely it has gotten better. But there's still a lot to be done in terms of just caring for people with vitiligo in Kenya, especially children.
Daisy said the challenges she faces are a lot, especially in raising a child with such a health condition, discrimination in schools being at a higher rate, notwithstanding the reality that many women with children affected by vitiligo are divorced or left by their husbands.
I remember at some point in her school, when teachers are taking photos, I wouldn't see my child in the photo. So for me, that is a form of stigma. So I just approach her school and say, if I do not see my child in the next photo, group photo, then definitely I don't think this is the school we are supposed to be in.
I can't say it has been easy. It has been a bit hard and a bit easy. Sometimes on some days that I don't get stigma at all, and then some days I get so much stigma that it's so hard to control.
I know parents who have actually been divorced or separated because their kids have vitiligo. So one thing is for you to be strong and know that this is a child that needs you. These kids actually draw our energies. So if you feel bad, if she had seen me crying, she would have felt bad. But I put on a strong face, and that's what I'm telling parents. Be the strong one. Guide your child. There is nothing to be ashamed about or embarrassed about. Vitiligo, just like any other condition, is manageable. They can live life to the fullest, just like any other kid.
According to Naomi Ngugi, a psychologist from the Royal Patches Foundation, persons living with vitiligo should accept that their condition is not the end of their lives, as there is much more they can do, which a dermatologist, Damaris Samolu, reiterates.
Follow-up treatment need also be followed such that when you're on treatment, you can be followed up for you to detect if at all there is any issue that is developing, so that it's detected early.
Leonard Dawafula from the National Council of People Living with Disabilities says there is a need for all those living with vitiligo to register with the council so as to benefit from various projects and also benefits that will help them in their daily activities, such as being exempted from paying taxes.
Maybe for those who are in this county like Nairobi county, we have Mama Lucy and Bagabi. You go there for disability medical assessment. You get that report. When you go there, you meet a panel of at least 3 doctors who will do what you call disability medical assessment and categorization.
Deacon Sulvanda, Hope TV News.
Tunaweza taka pia kama kuna dawa iko. Bado hatujakataa kunini. Tunaweza penda.
Thank you for that report, Dickens Luvanda. At this point, we're going to be taking our break for this bulletin. We'll be back with more.
Hope Media invites you to experience the ultimate worship encounter dubbed Uweponi Worship Experience Chapter 2. Mark your calendars for July 7, 2023 from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Sitam Valley Road. Prepare yourself for a night of heavenly melodies and powerful worship. Gracing the stage will be the renowned gospel music minister Dr. Ipiana from Tanzania and the sensational Peter Watako from Kenya. But here's the best part. Entry is absolutely free. That's right, it's open for anyone with a heart for worship. Can't make it in person? No worries. Tune in to Hope TV and Hope FM on Facebook and YouTube pages to join the soul-stirring celebration at Hope FM Live and Hope TV Kenya. Don't miss out on this divine encounter. #Experience Hope.
Welcome back. You're watching Newswatch with me, Joy Mochache. Engage with me on Facebook at Hope TV Kenya, on Instagram and Twitter. Find us at HopeTV_Kenya. Let us know what you think of our bulletin. And continuing on, the Cabinet Secretary for Information, Communications and the Digital Economy, Eliud Owalo, has challenged Nyanza residents to create a conducive environment for the government to deliver on its mandate in the region. Owalo said it was time for a paradigm shift from the rhetoric politics to a tangible transformation and development-oriented agenda that will see the region realize fast development. He was speaking at his Assemble home in Rarieda, Siaya County, where he met religious leaders from Nyanza.
Development can only thrive in an atmosphere of peace, not an atmosphere of perpetual noise, distraction. We want to change the paradigm in this region from politics of rhetoric to a tangible transformation, development-oriented agenda. Let us move away from perpetual politics to a pursuit of a development agenda. And I can assure you without fear of contradiction that for the first time since independence, we have got a president who is truly keen on rolling out tangible development programs in Nyanza. We also want to revive cotton farming. Cotton was a major cash crop in this region. We want to revive cotton farming so that it can be another cash crop in this region for the benefit of the farmers. In fishing, the first cabinet meeting that was chaired by His Excellency the President upon forming government, one tangible output of that cabinet meeting was approval of Kabonyo Fishing Institute in Kano, Kisumu County. We are also going to put digital laboratories so that our students can learn digital skills. In the polytechnics and TVETs, we have already set up, we have embarked on the process of setting up the digital laboratories. Yesterday, I launched 3. I took 100 computers to Mawego Technical Teachers College. I went to Rongo University, another 100 computers. I went to Siala TTI, another 100 computers.
Hoteliers have been challenged to embrace innovation as a way of increasing bed nights and tourism numbers for both domestic and international visitors in order to rebuild the sector stronger. Cabinet Secretary for Tourism, Wildlife and Heritage, Penina Malonza, said that rebuilding tourism requires a multifaceted approach that goes beyond refurbishing hospitality facilities. She said hoteliers must renew their commitment to sustainability, innovation, and the well-being of their visitors.
This country, allow me to say, is not even marketing. If we remove the barriers alone, Kenya can get 10 million tourists in this country. And one of the barriers you spoke was visa. So we are in discussion with the Ministry of Interior on this. I am a witness. The other time I landed, I realized we had more than 500 tourists, international. I can tell you there's commitment from the government on the open sky in terms of opening all these centers, Mombasa, Kisumu, Isiolo, and Eldoret. And so this is a discussion that is at length, and we're working together with the Minister of Transport on this agenda. There are millions of attractions. Believe me, this country is so enthralled. We are in a world that is changing, and we're receiving more of an independent traveler who is a young billionaire traveler and whose expectation in terms of experience and satisfaction is a bit different from that budget person and that luxurious person who is coming. And so we need to diversify ourselves in terms of creating spaces for all these categories. If we look at the demographics, 65% of the people who will be traveling is that person aged between 18 and 35. But of course, we cannot ignore the 35, because in a globe of 6 billion and probably now going to 7 billion, that 35 alone, if we get that, I think we'll be above every other country around.
ABSA, in partnership with Computer for Schools, is augmenting the government's digital agenda through the donation of computer laboratories to primary and secondary schools across the country to enhance digital literacy. The bank targets to fully equip and furnish 70 computer labs in select primary and secondary schools across the country. The project has also far benefited 53 schools, impacting 53,000 students. Each school receives a computer lab consisting of 20 networked, fully desktop computers with lab furniture to support learning. Speaking during the handing over of the 10th computer lab at Chani Primary School in Changamwe constituency, ABSA's Bank Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Abdi Mohammed, said the initiative is aligned with the bank's citizenship agenda and complements the government's digital literacy program.
We are giving back and we are helping the community to develop in a sustainable manner. And therefore, this is a part of our bigger agenda in ensuring that we play our role as a corporate citizen, and we work with the government, with the local leaders, and all the stakeholders to ensure that we deliver this type of initiative across the country. In this particular case, we are partnering with Computers for Schools, and we've been doing this initiative with them across the country for a number of years.
And we also invite other establishments to come forward to contribute towards the CSR portfolio, so that we can assist the government and the parents in fulfilling some of the challenges that are perhaps not in their means. So we are very thankful, and we pray that ABSA keeps on making leaps development-wise, and for you also to realize profits as a result of you giving out, because whoever gives, God also.
Over 300 artisans in Manyata constituency, Embu, have received accreditation from the National Construction Authority in collaboration with Area CDF office after undergoing a retooling training. The training is meant to equip the artisans, many of whom have been practicing without certificates, with knowledge on safety and the best practices in building and construction industry, as well as the requisite documents.
And this program is a very, very important program for us as an NCA, so that we can be able to build up and bring on board fundis who are qualified and fundis who have been tested and tried in the industry. So as NCA, the cards that we are going to issue here today will be able to be a testimony of the fundis that can be able to implement quality projects in the construction industry. So as an NCA, that's the fact that we've been able to work on in terms of quality and making sure that our fundis are of good quality.
In Kenya at the moment, we are having a program of what we are calling CBET, that is competency-based education and training, to ensure that people are properly skilled rather than concentrating too much on theory. And that is what now we are doing. And the government is really doing that as a good endeavor. Because we are having the problem of unemployment in Kenya, and more so with the people who are skilled, the government is also going out of its way to ensure that we teach people even other languages like German languages, so that we can export labor to where the job market is. Currently, Manyata Technical and Vocational College, we are teaching German language, so that in German, as we speak now, there are more job opportunities. And therefore, as we graduate students from here, we will be able to either get jobs within Kenya or outside Kenya.
Already we have a housing program at Majimbo. We will have more programs that are going to happen in this constituency of ours. And we are going to use the local workforce. We want the local workforce to be ready, from the engineers in site, from the supervisors on site, the KYM, Kanda ya Moko, what we want them to be from Manyata constituency, so that we can be able to get the benefits, and we be left with the benefits when the houses are complete. At the end of the day also, I will create a group. I will create an association for the fundis of Manyata constituency, who I will also ensure I use in my projects of CDF. I am pushing for use of what I call labor-based contracts.
Sebastian Ogier and Vincent Landé have won the grueling WRC Safari Rally event 19 Kenyan drivers took part in the 7th Safari Rally, among them Carl Tundo, who was third in the WRC Category 2. The Safari Rally is now in its 70th year. It's Kenya's humble contribution to global motorsport. President William Ruto presided over the close of the event in Naivasha, where he also commended the 19 Kenyan drivers who took part in the 7th Safari Rally, among them Carl Tundo, who was third in the WRC Category 2. Kenya will still play host to WRC 2024 edition.
I can only say that you've made us breathless. This is an epic moment. You have scaled the Rift Valley, and today the world will be asking the question, who can conquer the Rift Valley? We wait to see that happening again and again, and we look forward to seeing you again next year.
The Safari Rally is very nostalgic. Many years, long time ago, this was the only event that provided recreation in the village. We would wait the whole year for the Easter weekend. And when we see what is happening here, we recollect with nostalgia those great good days.
I am very happy that after 19 years, Safari Rally came back in 2019. And today, we are here. Many Kenyans have had a wonderful weekend from Thursday through Friday. And I want to say to all the organizers, the sponsors, of course, the rally drivers and their teams, and to everybody who made this event a success, congratulations very much on behalf of the government of Kenya, to congratulate everybody who played a role in making sure that this comes to a successful conclusion. To the rally drivers, congratulations. Sebastian, congratulations for being the best. Tumpigie makofi jameni.
And you are now updated. Tune in next Saturday at 9 p.m. for more Weekend News Watch. I wish you a blessed night ahead. I'm Joy Mochache.
Many leaders have primarily focused on leadership externally, leading others. We lead teams, we lead organizations, we lead nations. However, we often overlook the very foundation of leadership: personal leadership. Join the Catalyst Associates throughout the month of July for the High Impact Leadership Series 1, Establishing Your Leadership Roots. This 5-part leadership series will explore the journey of building your personal leadership and developing your own practical leadership roadmap. To register, call or WhatsApp us on 0791 035 594 or email us on office@thecatalyst.com. Limited slots available. Visit www.thecatalyst.com to learn more. The Catalyst, catalyzing leadership, inspiring leaders.